Handsum Gambler, one goal, clean sweep, going 5 for 5 every UFC card. I am the Handsome Gambler. Welcome back to another episode, folks. We're live from the fight capital in Enterprise, Nevada, home of the UFC Apex for UFC Fight Night Bonfin versus Brown. And anytime it's 2 straight weeks in the Apex, it's going to be some sketchy shit that goes down. Your 2 straight weeks of heavyweight eye pokes. I'm going to repeat that, 2 straight weeks of heavyweight eye pokes. But we do still have the small cage, and we're going to look for some big violence. Always, there's some sneaky value on this card. Let's keep the energy rolling from the Apex card from last week. We're going to rewind and recap what was UFC 263. I went 2-3 for the second straight week. It hurt. Somehow I still walked around with some profit. Fight number 1 was Alice Ardeline over Montserrat Ruiz. 15 minutes of domination here. Just a pure beatdown. Ruiz was outmatched. She's undersized and she was out depth. Alice looked like she was sparring a training dummy. Ruiz's nose was busted all over her face, and felt good to get the night started off right. Fight number 2 was Sadiqus Dumas and Dante Jones, the ninja choke from a guy who hasn't gone to a decision in 2 years. Zero IQ moment for Sadiqus Dumas. He totally fucked up the assignment on this one. Like, all he had to do is push this fight into the second round and give himself a chance to win. Goes out there and gets subbed in the first. Just amazing. Can't spend too much time there as it's Sadiqus Dumas. Fight number 3, Phil Rowe versus Suk Hyung Ko. Rowe broke my heart again. Thought he turned a corner after the Lusa fight, but no, he just let Ko ride him like a damn horse for 15 minutes. And I was watching this fight like, bro, this is not the Kentucky Derby. Like, come on, like, do something, get off your back. And he just, Phil Rowe is Phil Rowan again. Next up, Norma Dumont over Caitlin Vieira. Finally, a fight that I'm proud of. This was a tougher win than I expected for the dump truck, but she got it done. I didn't expect Vieira to land as many takedowns as she did, but she did no damage. So I mean, Dumont did what she did and got the decision. She is due for a title shot. I think that she deserves it. 5-fight winning streak in the division. I think she deserves the title shot. And my fight number 5 was Lee Chang Ho versus Timothy Kawamba. Yeah, I had Ho winning 2 of these 3 rounds. He had more strikes, he had more takedowns. But Vegas is gonna Vegas sometimes, and that's why they call it gambling, folks. It's neither here nor there. 2-3 on UFC Fight Night 263. Performance of the night bonuses were Steve Garcia, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Alan Nascimento, and Dante Jones, all bagging $50K. Big ups to those guys. They cashed some checks for attempting to break some necks. Time to jump into the fade parade and find out who stunk up the joint. I said, who stunk up the joint? Who stunk up the joint? So, 3 entries this week. Sadiqus Dumas, subbed by a knockout artist. Embarrassing. zero IQ moment, and he is literally out of the UFC or fighting for his job now. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Dumas, but I'll be fading you from this point on. Cody Durden has lost 5 of his last 6. No evolution in his game. Same story every fight. We're done. He'll never be part of the podcast again. And number 3, Timba Garimbo. Folks, I owe you a 100% apology on this pick. Fraud alert, and he couldn't back it up in the cage, and apparently he's scamming people over a fake solar library. So he doesn't back it up in the cage, he doesn't back it up outside of the cage, and he's banned from this show, never to be seen again. I did not know about the scamming prior to the fight happening. I don't know how I found out, but either during the fight or shortly after, maybe somebody I was even watching the fight with. We're going to move past all of the drama that was last week and put a good spin on UFC Apex 111 Bonfin Brown. I'm ready to have a massive bounce back after a 2-week skid. So let's get into these picks and cash some green checks. Pick number 1 is Zachary Reese over Jackson McVeigh. McVeigh is not imposing enough to win this straight up. Reese has not lost to a guy that isn't imposing. You need to be able to dominate a fight with Zachary Reese. Just a big Texas boy, and you need some hams. I don't see McVeigh being explosive enough, imposing enough. I mean, they are the same size, but just based on sheer depth and mass and power, you'll see, I promise, at the weigh-in that there's a massive size and strength difference that goes in Zachary Reese's favor, and I think that that's going to play a big part of this fight is since they're both exactly the same size, who's more imposing, and I see that being Zachary's. He can win this fight anyway, decision, knockout, sub, so I would just money line this if you're going to take it. Fight number 2 is Tisha Pennington over Denise Gomes. Nope, we're not going there. We're taking Tisha Pennington and Denise Gomes fight to go the distance prop. It's a coin flip, as this is output versus power. Gomes is going to swing hammers. Tisha's well-rounded game, and her cardio won't let Denise land the kill shot, I feel like. So I'm not even picking a side in this. I'm taking the fight to go the distance. Fight number 3, I'm taking Jacqueline Cavalcante over Myra Brenna Silva. This is full transparency that this is a biased pick. Jacqueline Cavalcante is gorgeous. I think she's the most beautiful woman in the UFC, and that's one of the reasons I'm biased to her. She happens to have, I feel like, a controlled game, um, and she might even be peaking. I haven't seen her in a while, but I feel like this is a easy spot to pick her. Taller, longer. Um, when Silva's on a 3-fight losing streak, her job may be on the line, so confidence is going to be a serious issue for her. Take the prettier girl in this. Jacqueline Cavalcante, money line, double chance, and those double chances are the KO and the decision prop. Give yourself a chance to hit both bets. Fight number 4. Christian Leroy Duncan over Marco Trulio. Dog money alert. I'm telling you. Taller, longer, deeper resume. Trulio has been beating guys who are barely like making the contender series cut. Think about that. I think Trayshawn Gore is one of his victories. I'm just saying. Like I think that this is gonna be a crazy dog money spot. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan. More explosive, creative, unpredictable, real finishing energy. I feel like if he can land, he can put him out. I feel like he's the better wrestler if this does turn into a grappling match. Um, and almost kind of like in the Zach Reese fight, for you to dominate Christian Leroy Duncan, you need to be a powerhouse. And I don't know if Trulio is that kind of powerhouse. You've seen him dominate lesser opponents, but can he dominate a guy that's just as big and badass as him? I don't think so. Give me a CLD, money line, double chance, KO decision prop. Fight number 5. The sketchiest pick, but I'm like 65% sure about this pick. Give me Matt Schnell over the returning, debuting Joseph Morales. We got a UFC veteran here. He's longer. He's got better cardio, much better fight IQ. I feel like much better competition, much better strength of schedule as far as competition. I feel like Morales might be outgunned everywhere except for Chanel's chin. And I don't know if Morales is dangerous enough to actually, crack him enough to put him away. Yeah, if you hit him, you can hurt him, but you have to have some power. And I don't know if Morales has that power. So let me give me the UFC vet and the dog money again. Matt Snell money line and the decision prop. Um, Two separate bets. Workman-like performance incoming. He's gonna. It's not gonna be typical, but I feel like He has more ways to win. He's gonna use some of that UFC ringmanship and veteranship and pull this one out. That's just what I see. I'm gonna jump into the unofficial main event lean. Give me Randy Brown over Gabriel Bonfin. Taller, longer, sharper striking, great takedown defense. If Brown can keep this standing, 25-minute kickboxing match, I don't think Bonfin survives. I think he ends up starched inside of 3 rounds if he can stop this takedown. That's how I see it. 85% takedown defense. It's a good chance that he can stop these takedowns and turn this into a 25-minute kickboxing match that Bonfim can't win. Just saying. That could be what's going on here. Zachary Reese over Jackson McVeigh. More imposing man. Money line, as he can win the fight anyway. Tisha Pennington, Denise Gomes, fight to go the distance. Power versus volume, but they're both survivors. Give me the decision prop and let the judges figure the rest out. Jacqueline Cavalcante over Mayra Buena Silva. Taller, longer, younger, more prettier, because that totally matters. Buena Silva's on a 3-fight skid, and job may be on the line. I think she's going to have some serious confidence issues once the hands start flying and Cavalcante starts to get in the best of her. Fight number 4, CLD Christian Leroy Duncan over Marco Trulio. More battle tested, bigger, longer. I feel like better wrestler, and we don't know how good Trulio really is because he's never truly been tested since he's been in the UFC. But he's going to be tested Saturday night, and I got CLD on that. And fight number 5, Matt Snell over Joseph Morales. Snell's been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the receipt. Only place that he's lacking is his chin, and I don't know if Morales can land a hard enough punch to actually get rid of Snell. I feel like Snell's a better grappler. I feel like Snell's a better striker. He's slightly bigger. He has the power advantage. Uh, out. The only way I see Joseph winning this is starching him in the first 2 minutes. If it goes longer than that, I see a very workmanlike performance out of Matt Snell. Before we wrap everything up this week, I want to pay some respect to Duke Roufus, one of the pioneers of MMA striking, coach of Anthony and Sergio Pettis, Ben Askren, Tyrone Woodley, Paul Felder, Alan Belcher, Jens Pulver, Matt Mitrione, and so many more fighters that I don't know if you know that list, but I've been following this game for a long time, and those are just some of my favorites. But he literally changed the game and left a legacy of striking and violence. And I just wanted to send a shout out to and prayers to his friends and his fighters, his family, and the entire MMA community. Um, just take a couple seconds to, yeah, we lost a great one. We really lost a great one. That's another episode of the Handsum Gambler, folks. Like, share, subscribe, stay sharp, play smart, bet on charm, and win with style. And until next week, I'm cashing out, folks.
It's the greatest team of all time. That squad right there.